And that, as they say, is that. Yeah, giving up the ghost on the food. So, but we have a picture and there's nobody in the line. We're gonna do that first. And then we're gonna head out. It's 6 o'clock, but I think it's time to take a break. What do you think? Let's go rest. So this is a new group that a friend of mine was saying they were handing out little pops. Like, well, hydration is important, especially for citrus plants. But yeah, they're doing, Outshine is the company. And they're little citrus pops. They were handing out for people little, like ice pop type things. You can't see any of it. So this is Outshine. And they had a lovely little fruit pop thing earlier in the day. Some of my friends had actually already tried it. So you can see the one in front is like an orange. In the distance there's a cherry. And those are shaped like grapes. Kind of fun. When vloggers unite, the live streamer and the vlogger interacting without. Dun, 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 dun. Isn't it pretty? And moving right along is Kermit, carrying up baskets of flowers for his beautiful Miss Piggy, who he loves. You love her because you like her, and she's your girlfriend. I'm also watching the ibises. They're having a party over by the edge. Many people drop crumbs. So many ibises get them. She's all in lavenders and purples. I love the fact that her legs are fuzzy. It's probably a moss. And even better, look at the flowers. Hydrangeas, cornflowers. Just beautiful. I just realized they moved Pooh and Tigger over here, and Piglet and Eeyore and Rabbit. They're usually on inside England proper, which is up here, but they put them out in this garden. It's kind of cool. So I'm trying to remember what this was last year. I thought it was the Shakespeare Garden last year, but it looks like it's Peter Pan, because they're all fairy houses. With things like honeysuckle, stock. It's all about the little fairy garden houses. These are adorable. And I'm walking right by them because you can't see them. Sorry about that. They are absolutely adorable. It's built out of a teapot. That's so cool. And Tink in the middle. These are lovely. How pretty. I love what they do with these gardens. So that's the English garden. And then on the other side, when you get over to Twinings, there is a tea garden. They moved the Peter Pan stuff here in the front, where this used to be where Pooh was. It's really nice that you can see the talk. I think that's his name. His tone is a little fuzzy. And Peter Pan, he has a tail. Oh, but it smells great over here in the Gerbera daisies. That's awesome. So what they show you is the different teas and what actual leaves go in them. So jasmine green, and you can wander through. It's a self-guided tour with all the different teapots that shows you what the teas are. And I think I showed some of the one they did last year. Just so beautiful. I love these gardens. Hydrangeas. I used to work for a florist. Did I ever mention that? So pretty. are back at our room. Now I did just realize that I didn't bring my magic band. I'm hoping that my phone will open the door, because that could suck otherwise. Yeah, I left this morning without my magic band. Don't know why. Charged it all night to make sure it was ready. Didn't put it on. That's me. Don't be like me. So we just had an amazing, wonderful, fun-filled day at Epcot, eating tons of food, meeting a whole bunch of really cool people. And if you guys have joined and are following along, thank you, welcome. I hope you enjoy and you learn or you just have fun with what I do. So I'm coming back to the room right now. And as they mentioned before, it's a quick walk. So we're going to do that quick walk back. And then we're going to take a little break. And I've got to figure out what I want to do. I'm not hungry yet. But because we stopped eating when we did, I think I am going to be hungry for dinner. So there's quick service here. I have eaten at Sebastian's Bistro before. There is also Primo Piatto over at Topolino, at the Riviera that I haven't been at a while. We could always just look at Disney Springs and see if there's something there. But we have a lot of options. So let's go back to the room. I need to take the shoes off. Stretch. Because, yeah, I am not as young as I used to be. And that's okay. I believe either side of the street is nice. So those orangey buildings, those are Barbados, where I am staying. Down here, I think I mentioned it the other day, is Trinidad. And that is where the Little Mermaid rooms are. So where they're walking across is where I need to walk across to get back to my place. And I think we're going to go jump in the pool. Whoa. This is what the pathway outside of my room looks like. And you say to yourself, hey, Michelle, why are you sitting outside your room instead of inside your room? So you remember this morning when I said, hey, I forgot to bring my magic band with me. And you remember when I said last night, they offered me a key, and I said, oh no, I've got my magic bands. And I didn't take it. It won't open the door. So I think there's a cast member showing up now who's going to let me in. Yep, I see a cast member coming. I have to go verify myself. We'll talk about this again when I come inside, but remember to plan. Plan. Okay. Oh, as I was saying, yeah, don't be me. Go ahead. If they offer you that key, take it. It's a backup. It can just sit in your wallet. It can just live in your bag. And then you don't have to worry if you forget to grab your magic band. It will be your photo pass item. It will be everything you need it to be. Because it's a key, an actual key. Okay, I am taking off my shoes and socks, which could be dangerous because who knows what that means. I need some downtime right now. It might be a short nap. It might be a longer one. I don't want to give up the entire night, but I do want to try to enjoy a little bit. I may actually even try going to the pool. Of course, I'm laying down now, so that may never happen. Hi, I'm down here. Hold on. Nope, that's not going to do it. Hi. That was a great day. What fun. Oh my goodness, what fun. We met Dina and John and the lovely lady who was celiac with her two male companion friends who live locally. And another couple people. I just met so many people today. And sometimes we exchanged names and sometimes we didn't because we were just catching up. And it was awesome. And then I locked myself out of my room because I had no magic band. Don't let me leave later without a magic band. I'm counting on you. I'm watching you. Watch me making mistakes. Don't be me. The gentleman did say the phones rarely work. That they really, really rarely work. So they may help you, they may not. The room is cool and comfortable, but it is about the same temperature outside. So it doesn't necessarily feel cool, but I have just turned on the ceiling fan. just to keep the air moving around, make it a little more comfortable. There is only Zool. I'm trying to think. It's like this. It's one of those things, if you stared at it long enough, it probably could hypnotize you if you did it an evil way or something. I don't know. And I think... Oh, I'm eating into this battery. Well, perfect. It's time to charge the batteries. That I can do. And then everything will be perfect when we wake up because everything will be charged. The microphone needs to be charged. You need to be charged, or one of you needs to be charged. And I may slip back to doing the small purse tonight. You know, when I walked in, I left my umbrella in there. Oh, I got clarification on these. Because they don't see it, they don't realize that what it is. But these chips are not gluten-free. They have barley in them, or barley malt or something. But basically, that means they have gluten. They are not going to be good if you are celiac or gluten-free. I think the salt ones are the only ones that are probably safe. Maybe the salt and vinegar, but read the ingredients because, yeah, they gave me 8 bags of treats, 2 of which I could actually eat. Luckily, my cohort could have the others. So, yeah, just be careful, be smart. People mean well, but it doesn't always happen the way that it's supposed to. All right. And I was talked about going to the pool. It's 7 o'clock now, and it's 73 degrees, which means to go in and soak for an hour or so and then let everything sit here and dry out and relax might be a good idea. I kind of like that idea because it was nice the other day when I did that with the sun setting and everything. I think I may do that. There was a kid and mom or something, like one group of people playing in there when I walked by. But that might be a nice option rather than going to sleep. Can you tell the decaf coffee is kicking in? Yes, even decaf does this to me. Yeah, that might be nice. I can bring the water camera out just in case, and then we can just chill. I haven't made up my mind yet. When I turn this camera back on, or whatever camera you see next in this footage, you'll know what I did. So it is 7:24. I am out at the pool, bathing suit. There are children in the pool, so I am not going to show you that. This is just the quiet pool, so it goes from about 3 foot 9 inches down to 4 foot 10 inches, about 15 meters. It's just a little, kind of looks like that, and just a quiet little pool. There's a family, so they're going to have their private time. I'm going to let them do that, but I'm just going to go and soak and relax. The sun is setting. I will show you that. Isn't the sunset pretty? And now we bask in the water. I am now out of the pool. It says it's 78 degrees, but I'm telling you it's not, especially with the sun down. It's actually a little bit chilly, especially coming out of the water. So there was a little girl and her dad was desperately trying to got 3 minutes, got 2, slowly counting it down. I took the first step in, and it was colder than I expected it to be. And I looked at him and I said, all right, I'll make a deal with you. I'm having a hard time getting this water. You're having a hard time getting out. So I'm going to very slowly get into this water because I have to walk down the steps. And when I get completely into the water, then we'll trade and you'll get out. Is that okay? She agreed. So I start and I'm 1 step, 2 steps. And I see her getting closer, one of the stairs. And Dad says 2 minutes. And then I said to him, all right, because I'm on the last step now. And if I get fully in there, then you're going to have to go, and I'm going to have to, you're going to have to come out, and I'm going to have to go in. And she looked at me, she said, okay, and I took the last step down before I went in. I went, all right. And then I said, I'm waiting for your dad. And when your dad says it's time, I'm going in, and you got to get out. We don't want to displace all the water in the pool. And finally he says, all right, it's time. I went, all right, I'm in, it's time to go. And she took maybe another 30 seconds or something as she got out. It was adorable. And a little bit later, and I'm not sure if she did this. She's sitting there and she glances at me, and I thought I saw her go. She did not want to get out of the water. I mean, she played along, she was fine. And then she sat with her dad and her sister and her mom, and they were laughing, and they did all their stuff, and they headed on out. But, oh yeah, it was funny. So I was going to pull up my phone to see what real temperature is rather than iPhone temperature, because it's never right. Disney weather on AccuWeather says it's 77 degrees. Real feels 75. Without sun, because it is getting cooler. I can accept that, but I'm wearing my magic band. Promised I would.
there's that family took off, and then there's one other family left, a little boy, probably a teenage girl, and mom, dad, and some other family member. Mom wants a plan. Mom is cold and she's not in the pool. She has no bathing suit on, but she's covered in towels. No, I'm covered in towels because I'm wet. But it was funny. But yes, I swam for I stretched and floated-ish for about 15 minutes. If the water was warmer, like if it was, the main pool probably is heated, but this is open till 11, and if it was warm late at night, God, this would be an ideal time to go into the water. Like if it was still 80 degrees at night and stuff, which it does get that way in the summer, this would be lovely and quiet and peaceful and all that good stuff. Okay. So now that I have done this and soaked, I'm going to get back to the room. I also realized the pool opens at 7 tomorrow, and it stays open till, again, 11, I believe. But that being said, I have to be in bed by 9 tomorrow. But tomorrow morning, I'm going over to Hollywood Studios specifically to go eat at Hollywood 5 and Dime for breakfast. And I'm hoping I can walk onto Toy Story Land and maybe Rise of the Resistance. I pushed back my dining reservation a little bit to see if maybe I could do both. And if that's the case, then I will try to do Rise first in the early magic hours. And I'll go in it and be there as everything unofficially opens at 8:30. Do Rise, then go over to Toy Story, and then come back and do breakfast and head out. Come back and use the pool again. Finish my packing up. And then there should still be daylight. At that point, should be only like 4. Head over to Magic Kingdom. And I'm going to cancel the creperie reservation I had because I'm starting to think that I just don't want to go back to Epcot again. I'd like to see some of the other stuff. And even if I don't do that, I'll go Magic Kingdom. I might go to Animal Kingdom because they have an arepa I want to try and a new dessert at Satuli Canteen. And there's tons of options at Satuli I haven't had yet. They're also supposedly open till 8 tomorrow night, which is later than normal. So if I had everything, pool done, everything packed up except the bathing suit and the last odds and ends, that I have to throw in the bag, I could stay out till 8 and then get back to the room at 9, wash off my face and crawl into bed. I think that's feasible. Yeah, that's the hope. That's the plan. So, yeah, I'm going to finish drying off a little bit here. There are little bugs flying everywhere. I don't think they're biting bugs, but I don't want to find out that they're not. That they're not. You know what I mean. I may even go sit on the water, but that means I need to figure out what I'm doing tonight. So I don't need to get back to Magic Kingdom because at this point it's too dark to see the castle in the right light. So that needs to be tomorrow. That's why I'm saying I don't think I'm going to go back to Epcot. I think I really need to go to Hollywood Studios, do the 1 or 2 things I was looking at there. Go to Magic Kingdom midday, and then take Magic Kingdom over to Animal Kingdom. And then close out Animal Kingdom, and that would be my day. There's a lot less in Animal Kingdom, but I might get a chance, because more things are closed and because the hours, etc., are different. I think I could probably get a decent time for, well, I'm going to do the safari, but I think I'll get a decent time for like Flight of Passage and maybe even Navi. I don't think I need to do Kali. If I do Kali, I have to do it early enough, but I think that's actually going to have a line. And I haven't seen the Nemo show in a while. So maybe we'll do a show. I haven't even also said Feathered Friends in Flight. I haven't seen in a while either. So, there's some stuff to do there. Yeah. And then we'll see we're there with the construction of what we can see over the wall. Or not. I'm sorry. So we'll see what's, over the wall. Or not. I'm not going to put any cameras over the wall. We'll see what we can see. So that is where we are. Feels like 75. It feels colder than that, but I'm wet, so there you go. But yeah, so we got to figure out dinner. Now, I haven't been to Bar Riva in a while. I've been there more than once, though. I haven't been to Primo Piatto. I did breakfast there, and then I did a lunch there a long time ago, so it might be worth going and taking the bus up and checking that out, because Topolino Riviera is at the top. Figure out which stop is the best for me to get out and walk over there. Might even sit out there and get a drink and hang out there. I like that area. And I may not do another park. We may just explore the resort life. How's that sound? There's also got to be quick service here. I've been to Sebastian's Bistro, but Port Royale has got to have a quick service option, and I probably should check that out too. So we could, here's a thought, quick service over at Port Royal, get something there, see what it's about, and then walk over to Topolino's and go get a drink and sit outside on that deck. That might be nice. I would enjoy that. Yeah, I would enjoy that. Okay, let's see if that's what we're gonna do. I may rearrange my clothing too, just cause. Yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna play this one by ear, but yeah, tonight's what is it gonna be? You know, catch as catch kind of thing. So yeah, it's time. My favorite channel when I'm here. The only sad part is they don't play as much Disney music per se as they used to. But hi, all right. We are changed. Yes, we have changed. Putting all the stuff that was my cold weather clothing to add on. Just put it on. We are headed over to Centerton Market. That's the quick service here, and I haven't tried it before. So I'm gonna give it a try because there's some really neat looking options there for gluten-free. We are just walking. It's funny, there are pockets of air that are like really warm and then others that are just kind of comfortable. It's in the low 70s now and slowly dropping because of course nighttime. But it's comfortable. Sadly, the pathway comes in and goes to Port Royal first and then circles around to Barbados and then leaves, or goes back to Port Royal. So what if I got on the loop? I don't know. I'm trying not to walk a whole lot. Let's just go with that. But I also don't want to sit and wait forever. So I was right. The buses that are going to the parks will hit the parks. We'll hit Barbados. We'll hit Port Royal, hit Barbados, and then go around and loop. Which unfortunately for me means that once they come to me, they've already gone to the headquarters and they won't come back for a while. The internal loop, I'm assuming, does the same thing because that's the side of the road it's on. I don't know. But I am walking up, and the next bus station is Port Royal, and that is where Centerton Market is. So this is the main pool. It is, I don't want to, people are in there, I can hear them playing, so just keeping it polite, as it were. But the main pool is right off of the Centerton Market, so if you're staying in the Port Royal area, Barbados is just past that way on the other side. And it's a short walk. It really is a short walk. But I don't know if either A, in the beating hot sun, or if I was in a bikini or something, I'd feel comfortable doing that walk. But it's not a bad walk. And then you come up to the main building here, and inside the main building is Centerton Market. Now, I am not starving right now, but I will do a food vlog. Figure out something to eat, a couple things to try, hopefully. They also have a store. I keep forgetting to do this. So this is only open till 10. Calypso Trading Post. So this is going to be food, snacks, gifts, things that are specific to this resort. They still have the 2026 stuff. Hats and things. For those of you here to party for a while. Once Upon a Vine is the Disney brand. They also have some sparklings and things down there. Snacky foods. There are snacks with character, I believe they're called. So some of these things here, they do have some gluten-free options in there. But when you come to one of these, you will have amenities. Not amenity, well, you know. Suddenly you got sick and you're here. Oh, look, they even have storage bags. That's smart. Welcome to Caribbean Beach Resort. This is when you first walk in, actually. They show you all this stuff, all the different pools. That's the Barbados pool. That's the one we were at earlier today. I'm trying to figure out what's the walkway. Because it looks like, when I've seen the walks, it's like you have to walk through. There's got to be a walking path. So there's the entrance to the pool. Back entrance, I think it is. Like gate that wouldn't normally happen. And then, right after it, here's a walking path at the water. Let me do it so you can see it a little better. So this little path here, I think, is where we're actually looking. So you can see across the way, I believe that is Jamaica. Oh, there is a hot tub here. So there's no hot tub at the others, but there is one hot tub at this property. And the main pool is down there. And can you get in and out of here? So you can lift the knob and pull and come in directly here. That's good to know. So if you wanted a hot tub, you could. If you just wanted a quiet moment, you also can sit on the sand. And these pink buildings, I believe, are Barbados, and I just have to get to mine, which is at the other end. So, I mean, if I was in as much pain as I have been on some trips, this would still be too much of a walk for me. But it's not horrible. I mean, it really isn't. Yeah, Barbados and then Trinidad's the one really far down. And I guess my brain was thinking they were putting me in Trinidad, but they weren't. So, there is definitely walking to be done on this resort. But it's comfortable walking. It's not. I realize that a lot of my videos, it's just that inner working of my brain where you hear do you hear that music? What time is it? 10:30. No, the only thing that would be on right now, we're about to start, would be the electrical light parade. Somebody is playing Disney-ish music so far in the distance, but I can hear it echoing. Yeah, I have no idea. All right, so this is 31. We're at the first building, 31. And then we want 33. And I probably could maze through the rooms down there, but this path is pretty and peaceful. Oh, there's a duck! Ducks of Disney. You cannot see them because it's so dark, but we love ducks of Disney. Duck, 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 duck. Yeah! Do you hear that? Oh, it's phantasmic. We cut through 32, came out here, and we're walking out to the front of 33, 31. 33, no, 33. Yeah. So we should be just down this pathway here. That's kind of simple and easy. Yay. And this time, I have my magic band. That was just a moment of sheer stupidity, that last one. And this time, the magic band works. We are back in the room. I am with you. You are with me. I'm going to take this off to charge it. Charge! And in the time that I've been gone, I've been charging up pretty much all the other batteries. So we should be set to go. So before I go to bed tonight, I am going to repack. I am going to put away as much as I can. Again, the first round of it. And then there'll be a second round midday tomorrow or early at midday tomorrow. And then we'll have a final round of it before I head out. My goal is to come back, like close Animal Kingdom at 8, and then come immediately back, come right to my room, throw the last pieces of stuff in the bag, because I think I can get here in an hour. And then, boof, there I go, into bed at 9 o'clock, and then I'll wake up and I'll get picked up. My flight, I think, is at 6. I know I'm going to need a little more time these days. I'm TSA pre, which is a little better. So I think I'm hoping like 3:45 is the worst of it. I got to look at my exact flight time. I know it's early, just so I can get back and be working. Oh, before I forget, the coolest thing. I was at the bathrooms inside Centerton Market, and they had a tray in the ladies' restroom of pads and tampons, because they don't do the wall machines anymore where you have to pay for it. There was just a tray set out for people to take what they needed. And I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. So this is what you do on a quiet resort night. That being said, if this has helped you figure out how to enjoy yourself as an adult, or how to enjoy your nights when you're in a resort, and what you can do so that you can still be experiencing the magic, but not be working so hard and not be on your feet so much, please give this a thumbs up. Like it, subscribe, follow along, comment down below, what resorts you're looking to go to, or anything you would like me to look at when I come back. And don't forget that I don't have a tagline. Singing, hey ho, a maiden's life, 1, 2, 3. Hey ho, a maiden's life, won't you drink with me?